everyone, my name is Cora Jones. I'm a media designer and creative technologist focused in visual storytelling, brand identity, and digital design in the fashion, entertainment, lifestyle, and beauty industries. My goal is to create designs that are worth looking at in these spaces. I've designed over 100 editorial layouts for print magazines. I built professional experience through leading creative projects in design, photography, and media production. My processes blend design, technology, and storytelling to create cohesive visual systems, whether that's through a campaign, a print publication, etc. I really like things that blur that line between commercial and creative. Here is the homepage of my portfolio. As you can see, it has all of my projects. There is one from each of my major studios, as well as work from my internship and my job with student media as design editor for the Literary and Arts magazine. Starting things off with Sonic Volt 93, this is a virtual production advertisement that I had the pleasure of creative directing alongside a fantastic team. That would be Jordan Webster, Aurora Henderson, Gloria Chan, and Ethan Hunt. The talent pictured in this is Nicole Harris. And basically, it's a retro-futuristic headphone advertisement. And I led the process as creative director, pitching the idea, coming up with the concept, storyboarding. For the costuming, I 3D printed headphone covers to really make the product feel more immersive and have that sort of visual impact. I also contributed to the editing as well as doing the 3D modeling for the text at the end. Next up is Hollow Promises. I am not a game designer at heart, but I had a lot of fun with this project. It is a whodunit murder mystery that meets an augmented reality game. It's on the Tilt 5, which is a flat reflective surface that you lay out, and when you put these goggles on, it basically creates a reflective 3D surface. I recommend you watching this trailer. I made it myself, and I think it does a great job about explaining the game and getting some of the visuals. Otherwise, I did this alongside Benjamin Kern and Dakota Moreland, and our contributions are listed here as well as in this video. I was responsible for the set design and asset sourcing, so everything you see here in this space I took care of. I sourced these assets and compiled them in the scene. I was also responsible for the prop design and retexturing, as well as the sound design in the space, as well as the suspect portrait costume design. So that's my work from the fall of my junior year. In the spring, I studied abroad in Prague, Czech Republic, and I took an illustration studio and a fashion photography studio. I'd love to share my work with you. Here is one piece from my illustration studio. A 3-page interactive children's flipbook for Aesop's Fables of The Lion in Love, The Horse That Lost Its Liberty, and Juno and the Peacock. But basically, the concept behind this illustration, it's entirely done on Procreate, and then the text and typography layout design was done in InDesign. As you can see in these photos, it is one long picture when you extend it out, but when you fold it, it still creates a solid, complete picture, and the layers all come together to create an even more playful composition. You can see my sketches that I worked off of before the coloring, which I believe is the most important part, as well as what the back panel looks like to create that illusion when it folds in. So my photo archive also has plenty of work from the Czech Republic, as well as some other pieces that I've done outside on my own time. I'm very interested in photography, so I'll just take you through these very quickly since there's a few projects in here. Spill It's a fashion still life based on marketing accessories and bags based on what's in your bag and what does it say about you. This is Commute. This is done in the streets of the Czech Republic, getting the more grungy cityscape in this historic city. Panache is my magazine cover project. It is basically drawing inspiration from maybe the more classic feminine magazines. Spin on it, pulling from the grunge in maybe ID, Interview, etc., to create something that's focused on femininity but also power and personality. Windhover, again, is my job as design editor. I create the layout of the books from start to finish alongside my team of volunteers and other staff. This is a project I was called to do over the summer alongside other student media representatives. and I was solely in charge of the design for the whole thing. I was having to work with the brand guidelines that NC State works with, and I think a lot of design students that have worked with NC State have struggled with this. It is definitely a process, but it's something that's important, especially if you plan on doing client work in the future, to be able to look at a brand kit and say, okay, let's do it. The spreads of the articles I created are here. I worked with very fantastic journalists on it, and you can see kind of there was a lot of back and forth between me and the rest of my team. You can see a lot of things were cut down, articles changed size. Really, the biggest takeaway from this project was that you really have to be adaptable when working on projects like this. Back to Windhover. Again, NC State's Literary and Arts magazine. This is my third year being design editor for the magazine, overseeing the design team and the design process as a whole for the layout of the magazine. So this would be last year's issue, which is my second issue. And this link will take you to the full PDF of the magazine. I think this is very successful. We print, I believe, 1,200 copies and distribute them across campus for free, and we ran out almost immediately. So anything that's getting people to support the creative community at NC State, I'm so there for, and to be a part of that is very, very rewarding. One last project before my capstone. This is Hayes Media. This is my internship I've been working on since this summer, 2025, into currently still on board as an intern. They are a media company and creative agency based in Dallas, Texas. And I mostly do social media content for Hayes Media as a whole, also client work that I will not be showing here, and also their seasonal magazine issues. I have a creative artist feature, singer-songwriter interviews, and even a feature piece on the Lumineers. And basically, again, we're dealing with abiding to brand guidelines while also making something that people want to pick up, that they want to read. Playing with having really fun typography. This girl does motorsports fashion for women, so playing with the typography with the truck here, and really just making it feel like it exemplifies the story and what she does. Same thing here, we have a mental health advocate, wife of an NHL player. Really just trying to make things look playful and beautiful. Last but not least, for my capstone, I'm doing branded media design for creators and businesses in the fashion space specifically. And so far, I'm collaborating with Adeline Griffin, whose brand is Adeline & Company. Menswear designer for special occasions. She makes fabulous work. And I really wanted to support her with my digital curation and design work because I think what she does is really quite fabulous. But obviously, I didn't just come up with this immediately. You can see our back and forth. When you're working with a client, you really want to make sure that their vision is the priority. So that's the goal here, and as you can see, lots of back and forth. Her writing on my pitches, taking things, putting them together, saying, yes, this works, yes, this doesn't. This is an example of a before and after Instagram with the brand kit applied. Here is some short form content examples that I made pre and post New York Fashion Week. She had the pleasure to take 3 collections that are wonderful and very beautiful to New York Fashion Week. The web design is just getting its legs, but on this side you see what we're working with at the beginning and what I've done so far, just doing the basic restructuring to try to really make her vision and purpose sing through a more simplified and streamlined layout. For now, that's all. Thank you for giving me your time, and if you have any questions, let me know.